instant research hacks. You would think that I have run out of hacks that you can use to find more products that you can potentially sell on Amazon. The good news is I have not, and in today's video I'm going to show you a new one you can use right now to find more products. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Now, before we start, jump down below this video and please give it a like. And I know I'm asking you to like the video before you've seen anything, but I guarantee you what I have coming up is really going to be great, and also it helps the channel. So please jump down, give it a like, let's get going. So as you can see, I'm over on Amazon.com right now. We use Amazon.com to do our research, biggest market, lots of different ideas on there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to type in something to get us started today because the hack is really related to when we find a product. I'm going to go with drawing accessories. Did a video on this a long time ago. Not necessarily because drawing is a superb market. It's just something we can look at. Now, I always jump over onto the left-hand side here so we can see some of the subcategories in the drawing market. And there's a weird one. Doll making supplies. Okay. No idea what that's about. Oh, okay, so it looks like it's going to be lots of different kind of weird things related to dolls and people's heads. Cool. So I'm going to actually just jump out because this only gives me 11 results. So it seems to me that if we go doll making, I'm just going to do accessories because I like the accessories little hack. And let's just scroll down there. We're not going to look at any of these because they're all kind of like branded doll things. Going to try to find some things that are in range, so less than 30,000, and are interesting that we can search a little bit further. That one is a little bit out, and I would imagine very competitive. This one's a little bit high. Okay, a lot of these products are on the kind of high side. It's not so important though. Here's one. Okay, let's just look at this. I'm going to give you a kind of a simple example. This one you would never do because it's a sewing kit. It's going to be way too competitive. But here's where the hack starts in. Let me scroll down here, and this is going to work better the more niche that we get, but we can see something really simple. What can we see right here? We can see frequently bought together. So that's telling us Amazon is literally saying these are items that are frequently bought at the exact same time. And that's really good news for us because it tells us that it's validated and these other items are validated. So it's something that we can look into further. So let me just open this one and open up this one. So we began with a sewing kit for traveler, adults, beginner, emergency DIY kind of thing. Then they also recommend this first aid only 299 piece all-purpose first aid kit. And then we also have this product right here. It's a 40 piece all-purpose household pink tool for girls, ladies, etc. So that's interesting, right? Because we started with a sewing kit and it tells us they also buy first aid kits and they also buy these household kits. And this is something you can use again and again and again to find other potentially interesting items. So as I say, I just started in doll making, just give me some random thing to start out on. I thought that was a good place to begin. And you can apply this in multiple categories. And as I mentioned, the more niche you get, the better it works out. So I'm going to show you another example. We had this in a recent video, and I think it's a really, really good one to illustrate further what we're talking about here today. So we're going to go with, it was a metal plant bucket. Strange, I know, but it was something that was found, was interesting. Now, one of the really interesting things about this market is you would see 4,000 and you would immediately jump out, right? We're looking for sub 1,000 here. But what the guys found as they researched it further was this type of bucket product, actually, when you scroll down, there wasn't as many as you might think because these are different items, right? They're all very different. It wasn't littered with them, right? And as you scroll down this first page, okay, there's a few more down here, but it was still somewhat of an interesting market, right? Point anyway is when we click into something like this, right? The stress galvanized tin planter. Let's just open that. Again, it's 13,000, somewhat of an interesting item. Terrible, terrible listing, as you can see. When we scroll down now, look, right? So there was this whiskey barrel that was also sold, so we can open that up. And now what happens is we have a whiskey barrel is an interesting product that was found, and Amazon are telling us this is something other people bought. So we can search whiskey barrels, and yet again, we're gonna find what? Well, a lot of competition. However, as we scroll down, we can start to look for other products that are interesting in here. So obviously, like this is something would be hard to get, but it's sold for 300 bucks, and it looks like it's actually sold. It's not even delivered by Amazon because I'm sure it's tricky to deliver. But as you scroll down here, you can start looking through this and finding other potential items. So there's another planter we talked about. Look, it's in range, 15,000. So this whiskey planter range, let's just go see what's going on here. So whiskey planter, not a barrel. So you got planter, barrel. Let's just go with whiskey planter, barrel. Let's just do that just to see what happens with the results. So 381 for that full thing. So that's whenever it's more of this barrel type product, and you'd be hoping that's what people are actually searching for. And we go back a step, if it was just whiskey planter. Let's scroll down and see what we got. So these items here are all planters, but this is not. So, you know, it's somewhat, it looks like people probably do use the planter keyword for something like this. Therefore, it's an actual relatively interesting item. But look what's happened, right? Here's another product that's come along as we've been researching. So I'm going to open that in a new tab. So what am I doing now? I'm starting to combine different processes together. What was the process we started out with? Well, we arrive into a market, we get into a particular listing within a market, and we start looking at the frequently bought together. So that gives us some more ideas. But obviously with something like this, they're only giving us one potential thing. So to add even further ideas in, we come down to sponsored products related to the item, and we look for different products. So look, this one right here is galvanized metal wall planter. So it's a different shape, so we can look at that, see what's going on there. Obviously, this is a heavy hand pressed type product, but it looks like it's quite homemade, so I keep away from that for now. Okay, really quick question. I know this is a simple one, but please do give us a comment down below. It really helps the video. Let me know, yes or no, are you going to go and try this technique out in your business this week? Say yes down below. Let me know you're in, you're gonna make it happen, you're gonna do it. If you're gonna say no, just don't do that. Just say yes only, so there's only one comment, yes down below. Back to the video. This is another item in this market we can look at. Slightly different design. This one here, slightly different design. Let's look at that. Slightly different design. Let's look at that. And we go on and on. And this goes on for 79 pages. So obviously I'm not gonna do all of that right now. Here's another product right here that's different. So that's something we can take a look at. So you can see here, right? Lots of different ideas that are being found as we go on. So this was another product we found. So it's a galvanized metal wall planter. So I'm going to go with metal wall planter just to see what's going on in that market. And then you can add in galvanized. It would seem galvanized could be something people are searching, but metal wall planter is likely more popular. So we scroll down and we can see that there's a number of these, but a lot of them look like they're sponsored, and that's the same item again. That's a different type of an item. Scroll down. Same type of an item there. So yeah, there, look, there's a cone type of a product, so we can search that as well. And we scroll down and, you know, it's somewhat of an interesting market actually, but they're all doing the same thing. They're kind of cloned in nature. So we want to do something a bit different with those. But that's quite interesting. Maybe even here as well that you can do a pack of 4. That would be something else you could do. So that would be further interesting. But everyone's doing the same thing, as you can see. So I would look for something that looks a bit different in this market, and that might actually be really interesting. Again, all found from these simple techniques. So this is it's a wall planter, but it's a cone wall planter. So I would go with metal cone wall planter. 207 results because we're getting more specific now. As we scroll down, look, there's not very many of the cone type product out there at all. Look down, nothing. So this initial item that's doing well is a little bit out of range. So that tells us what? Tells us it's probably not that great a market then, so we can take it off. But at least we're finding more product ideas from the research that we're doing. So here's another item. Again, we can do the same technique. Look, that was the product that we started on. Here's a different product. So we can open that one up. And now we have a galvanized bucket set. So again, we can take that same idea. We can search that in just a moment. I can go down and look at the BSR in this product here. So 58,000, not great. So let's just search it in Amazon and just see what's going on. Galvanized bucket set, over 3,000. Thought that would be the case. And yeah, we're kind of getting into a similar market to what we did have, so we can just shut that off, and that's not really that interesting from this point on. This was another product that we found. It was a wall planter. It was a hanging tin. The thing about this one is these keywords are not that great. The home vase or vase, whatever we want to say it, is probably a little more what this item is. It's a strange product, I have to say, but if I scroll down, It's way out of range. So again, not interesting. That's fine. Co-op metal trough container, 59,000. So metal trough container. Let's just search that and see if there's anything doing better than that. It was a different product. So there's ones here. Get the BSRs loaded up. Again, we're using DS Amazon Quick View for that. So hot dip galvanized steel oval planter tub. So that's interesting. That's doing very well. So we can go back and look at that. And not too much else in this market. So again, that's interesting. There's a different type of product, a bit out of range, but that's okay. So down here, a lot of these out of range. That one's somewhat in range. That's interesting. Different type of product. So if I scroll up here, let's go with that one. I'm going to go with steel oval planter. I don't know if that's the right keyword. 369, very good. That's the one we just found that was doing very well. Everything else in this market not doing all that well. So, you know, you can look at that in two ways. It's good and bad. Good that there's no one really killing it. Bad that there's no one really killing it, right? So again, we would want to look at this item here and we'd want to do more research onto that and see why this one's doing better than others. Is there a particular reason for that or what's going on? And try to find better keywords. This hot dip thing, I don't even know if that's something people are looking for, like hot dip galvanized steel. I don't know if that's something people are looking for. And again, there's different products in this range. So again, that's the 2 gallon one. What's that one doing? BSR. That one's the one that's doing really well. So it's actually the 2 gallon. So you could even do 2 gallon oval planter. Again, 103 results, very good. And lots of ideas in there, all coming from that little technique we had. And we're just finding more and more ideas then based upon what we looked at. See how that works? This isn't even FBA. So this is a 4-section metal planter. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to take out some of those keywords, search it back here, over here. 4-section metal planter. I'm trying to be unfair, take things out. 379 results, that's great. That one's doing absolutely nothing. I thought that was the case. Is there anything else doing better? Well, there you go. Look, you've got this kind of product here. It's a privacy screen. Look at the price of that. That's incredible. It is a wooden product though, which is somewhat negative. But now you're into privacy screens, right? We're into that. What do they do? Our privacy, depending on where you live, right? And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So as you can see, that's the kind of process that we're utilizing. Look at this one even here. It's a outdoor string light pole. So even there, right, we can search that one. Outdoor string light pole, not the actual string lights. I thought that would be somewhat competitive. And as I scroll down though, a lot of these, there's some poles here and some of them are just the lights, but it does look like a somewhat competitive market, but not too mental. But yeah, probably not one you would get into. But you can go on from there. Again, you can click into those listings. You can go down. You can find what we can do. We just did a minute ago. So let's just do that. That was a product that we found. We come down. Frequently bought together. So what's that now? So now we've got this one here. It's a hanging kit. So we can do research on that, see what's going on there, and on we go again. Remember, to find more products, we can come down here, sponsor products related to the item, and keep searching. And remember, the more niche that you are, the more products you're going to find in here. So there you go. That's the technique. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you go and use this as well, because this is a technique that will help you find a lot of product ideas that you can take further into your Amazon research. So as always, like I said, give this video a like right now, and please do jump down and give us a comment down below as well, like I asked you to do earlier on. And as always, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And also, if you've not grabbed our free training and you're not part of the Marketplace Superheroes community, go down to the description or the pinned comment and get access to our free training back on our website. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.